Hello and welcome to the daily English news program on Azərbaycan Television with the most important events of the day. I'm your host, İlham. Organized by the Nizami Gəncəvi International Center under the patronage of President İlham, the next Global Baku Forum under the motto "The World After COVID-19" kicked off in Baku. President İlham addressed the forum.
Speaking about the significance of the event, the theme of which is most of all dedicated to the COVID-19 pandemic that troubles the world today, co-chairman of the Nizami Gəncəvi International Center, İsmail Saragildin, stressed the need to join efforts in the fight against it. In his speech, President İlham noted that the Global Baku Forum had become one of the leading global platforms in terms of addressing problems, and this forum, which brought together intellectuals, journalists, and representatives of civil society, provided an opportunity to discuss urgent issues on the agenda. Recalling that this year, the 880th anniversary of the genius poet Nizami Gəncəvi was celebrated in our country, the head of state focused on the work carried out in our country in the fight against the pandemic, said that over the past period, Azerbaijan had done serious work on vaccination, new healthcare institutions were inaugurated, and that the situation was under control. In addition, Azerbaijan made a significant contribution to the fight against the pandemic at the global level. As the chair of the Turkic Council and the Non-Aligned Movement, Azerbaijan put forward a number of initiatives, initiated a special session of the UN General Assembly dedicated to COVID-19. Azerbaijan put forward the initiative to ensure equal and universal access to vaccines. Our country provided humanitarian assistance to more than 30 countries and allocated $10 million to the World Health Organization. In his speech, President İlham stressed that Karabakh conflict had already been resolved. Azerbaijan independently implemented the resolutions adopted by the UN Security Council in 1993. The head of state also spoke about the ongoing improvement work in the liberated territories. Then, the participants of the forum took the floor. The 8th Baku Forum, which will last until November 6, is attended by high-ranking representatives of more than 40 countries, former heads of state and government, representatives of international and non-governmental organizations, as well as other distinguished guests to discuss issues of global importance. About 300 guests joined the event live and online. Panel sessions as part of the event will include discussions on the topics New World Order after COVID-19, New World Economy, Peace, Security and Human Rights in a New Era, Fighting Climate Change and Meeting Global Energy Needs, Public Health and Vaccination, Food and Promotion of Food Security, Youth Speaks, We Listen, Eastern Partnership and its opportunities, as well as the situation in the European Union, the Balkans and the South Caucasus will be discussed. Then, the 2021 Nizami Gəncəvi International Award was presented. İsmail Saragildin, co-chairman of the Nizami Gəncəvi International Center, said that this year, the Director General of the World Health Organization, Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, and Director General of the UN Office at Geneva, Tatiana Valavaya, were given this award.
President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, İlham, has received former President of the Ukraine, Viktor Yushchenko.
The importance of holding the 8th Global Baku Forum under the motto "The World After COVID-19" at the high level was underlined at the meeting. They described the participation of a large number of distinguished guests in the event organized despite the pandemic in Baku as a manifestation of interest in the forum and Azerbaijan. The implementation of fruitful cooperation between the event participants was also held during the conversation.
President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, İlham, has received former Foreign Minister of Israel, Tzipi Livni.
The sides touched upon the importance of the next Global Baku Forum under the motto "The World After COVID-19." It was noted that President İlham's speech at the opening ceremony of the forum aroused great interest. The sides underlined that the participation of many distinguished guests in the event once again demonstrates the significance of the Global Baku Forum. During the conversation, it was underlined that this forum is one of the first events to discuss the challenges facing the international community in the post-pandemic period.
Each of us is going through historic days. In a few days, we will celebrate our great victory in connection with the end of the Armenian-Azerbaijani Nagorno-Karabakh conflict, which has become the biggest challenge, the biggest problem in the history of our country's independence. A victory in connection with the restoration of our territorial integrity, Azerbaijani Foreign Minister Ceyhun Bayramov said.
Azerbaijan has restored its international borders, in particular with Armenia, which stretches over 98.7 kilometers. Also, the border with Iran, 130 kilometers long, located in the territory occupied by Armenia, was also liberated. Today, the priority task, which our president notes in all his speeches, is the restoration and reconstruction of the liberated lands and the return of internally displaced persons who have dreamed of returning to their homes for decades. Our state is doing a great job in this direction.
After the opening, the 8th Global Baku Forum continued its work with the panel session. A number of important issues were discussed at the meetings.
An exchange of views took place on such important issues of interest to the world community as the political landscape, global governance, human rights, sustainable economic development, the global economy and trade after COVID-19. Well-known public and political figures from different countries stressed the importance of the forum in terms of conducting effective discussions and thanked President of Azerbaijan for supporting the Global Baku Forum.
Their attitude towards it.
Today, President Ilham Aliyev's statement on the contribution to the COVAX program and assistance to low-income countries is of great importance. The situation in some countries is tragic, a humanitarian crisis. Azerbaijan has allocated large funds to WHO to support international efforts. Thus, the role played by Azerbaijan is extremely important.
I know very well that
I've been following the Karabakh problem from the first day when I was the Secretary General of OIC, and well aware that only as a result of the latest military actions Azerbaijan was able to restore its right. The consequences of the occupation will be eliminated. The internally displaced persons will return to their homes. Their rights will be restored. The participants of the forum in their interviews also spoke about the 44-day war, the victory of Azerbaijan. There are several important points related to the victory in the Karabakh issue. First, the wisdom and patience of the leadership of Azerbaijan. 30 years international law was respected in order to return Karabakh. There is reason to be optimistic about the region. President Ilham Aliyev presented us with a large-scale program related to restoration work. It was noted that the Azerbaijani army, when liberating the land, saw terrible destruction, and then President Ilham Aliyev decided to start a large-scale reconstruction program. When I see the work done in Azerbaijan over 15 years, I can say that there are all opportunities for the full implementation of this program. It is also important to take the world trade out of crises and return it to its previous growth rates. Views on this issue were expressed in the second panel session entitled The New World Economy. The forum, which will discuss topics of international importance in various panels, will last until November 6.
The 13th volume of Ilham Aliyev, Development is Our Goal multi-volume book was published. The publication features the visits of the Supreme Commander-in-Chief of Azerbaijan Army, President Ilham Aliyev, to the liberated from the occupation Kalbajar, Lachin, Fizuli regions, the cultural capital of Azerbaijan, Shusha, Naftalan and Goranboy cities. The book also highlights extensive interviews of President Ilham Aliyev to Azerbaycan Television on economic infrastructure projects, to CNN Turk channel on the current political situation, the Second Karabakh War and the victory. Materials included in this volume covers the period from June to August of 2021. 2,706 infections with novel coronavirus were registered in Azerbaijan. 1,937 people recovered after treatment and were released home. 29 people who earlier tested positive for COVID-19 died. The overall confirmed cases in Azerbaijan have reached 539,710, with 501,508 recoveries and 7,182 deaths. The number of active infections is 31,020. To detect new infection cases over the past day, 15,350 tests and overall 5,243,038 tests have been conducted in Azerbaijan. The task force under the Cabinet of Ministers reported. That was all for the day. Thank you for being with us and see you next time.